So we shall be updating on the evidence of termless councils corruption and termless councils relevant manager, benefit deprivation manager Steve Hill, termless community housing's chief executive criminal, racist liar Michael Tyrrell, and the criminals at the DWP racistly lying and delaying the reinstitution of the benefit, housing benefit to the particular tenant affected by the conspiracy between Steve Hill in Termless Council and Mike Tyrrell in Termless Community Housing. And the conspiracy between Henrietta Manners in the Clerkenwell and Shoreditch County Court, sitting, operating as a district judge, and the criminal racist liar, the anti-Muslim Judith Goodman, deputy district judge in the same court. Now, if you look at the report that is incomplete in the Guardian about the 26 councils, 26 English councils. Let's see, check if the piece is still there. Well, can't find that article. Let's check otherwise. So this is a piece that I have just located in a different way. It's written by Rob Davies, and it has been posted at not 1 BST on Monday, the 28th of August, which is today. They don't say, but it's the bank holiday Monday. And it says at least 26 councils in some of Britain's most deprived areas are at risk of effective bankruptcy within the next 2 years, according to a leading local government group, which says many authorities simply have nothing left. Britain's local government network has been shaking. I'll read that again. Britain's local government network has been shaken by a string of financial collapses in the past 2 years, starting with Slough and followed by Croydon, Thurrock, and most recently Woking, which announced a deficit of 1.2 billion in June 2023 after a risky investment spree. The piece actually doesn't contain details. As I said about the other item earlier, the, the Guardian appears to be critical or appears to be not overwhelmingly brainwashed itself. But the Guardian doesn't tell the truth about the corruption that dominates all the local councils in England. And I'm saying all the local councils in England are corrupt. And the Guardian, which is and the reason why the Guardian of the issues that it appears to be critical about is a dishonesty in the policy of the Guardian, which for decades has been receiving advertisement revenue from the local councils. Most of the local councils that it has had the cozy relationship with have or to put it more accurately, Labour Party fronted, because the control of the councils implies that they would be rigorous, accountable, transparent, honestly run, but that has not been the case with a single one of the local councils in all of England. How many local councils are there in England? Let's check. There are 317 local, well, they say authorities, which is a formidable, intimidating word. This is an anti democratic word, authority. There are 317 local authorities covering the whole of England. There are five main types of local authorities: London Borough Councils, two-tier county and district councils, metropolitan district councils, and unitary authorities. And I'm saying that whatever the category or type, all 317 of the councils are totally corrupt, absolutely corrupt. And anyone who is familiar, Anyone who knows about the extent of the council's behavior, covering the areas of service that it is in existence to provide to the local people, cannot fail to see that every single council is run corruptly, without accountability, without transparency. So, where do people go to find transparency, accountability about these councils? Either and perpetuate corruption, perpetrate corruption the period. Then we go to the courts. Go to the local courts. Nearest call is the district court, which, as I have explained, with the illustration of the role played by the racist Judith Goodman in the Clerkenwell and Shoreditch County Court, and the racist senior district judge Henrietta Manners at the Shoreditch County Court in November 1993. The local courts, the lower tier courts, are as corrupt as the higher tier courts. And there is no jurisprudence whatsoever that can be found in the proceedings, in the decisions made by the divisional courts or the Court of Appeal, let alone the Supreme Court, that actually condemns local councils that are corrupt. So essentially, the millions of people who are affected by the behavior of the 317 local councils in England are disenfranchised, devoid, denied, deprived of the franchise of the say as to the accountability, the honesty, and the delivery and the rigorous service, the rigorous relevance to the service owed by the local councils in their particular areas. And the other thing is that there is a corrupt kind of license for crooks. So if you look at the number of councils, let's say 317, or whatever ranks, and you multiply the 317 by the amount of money that they steal, you can see billions of pounds being stolen under the so-called banner of salaries alone by the chief executives and the various directors. And there is no audit of any of this by the local government ombudsman and by any of the courts. There has not been. And there is no record, there is no court ruling against any of the councils. Most notorious of these councils in the last 10 years has been, of course, in terms of finance and financial irregularities and corruption, Croydon Council. And it has wasted, it has stolen, it has allowed the theft of billions of pounds worth altogether by the gang of crooks that has been in control of the funds, the resources of the council, Croydon. No accountability whatsoever for the thefts and the thieves And this can be extrapolated to cover all the London councils, including Lambeth, of course, Southwark, Lewisham, Newham, Tower Hamlets, Hackney, Waltham Forest, Camden, Islington, City, and Westminster City, yes. There is no accountability to that. So with the 26 councils being bankrupt in the next 2 years, the Guardian underestimates and understates the problem and the theft that dominate these councils' behavior. The fact that Luthu Rahman in Tower Hamlets Council was found by the accountants Price Waterhouse and Cooper to have abused his position in terms of the financial behavior, while he was able to do that before he was ousted by the Election Commissioner Richard Morey on 23rd of April 2015. The fact that Luthu Rahman has not been prosecuted for any of the crimes, financial crimes that he committed, along with the cabal of crooks that he operated these corruption and thefts with, shows that the local council crooks and thieves are under licenses, de facto licenses, to behave as gang of crooks and thieves. The courts don't exist, and the councils, elected councils themselves, are in corruption and criminality, in theft and burglary, and abuse of their positions. We shall be, of course, updating on all of these in due course. So we come to an end to this particular part, which must be branded as part A1 of the Khoodeelaar television channel broadcast. This one lasted 17 minutes 42 seconds and coming to an end at 13:32.